So my son's truck car, it's remote control, but the battery was going. And I decided I'm not gonna buy another one of these batteries anymore. So what I did was I got these off Amazon. So I have a bunch of these drill batteries, which is the Ryobi drill battery. And I'll post up how much I paid for this adapter. And this is a buck circuit that takes in the 48 volts up to 48 and regulates it down to 12 volt at 10 amps. The batteries that I'm going to be using are 18 volts. I did not want to take a chance and run 18 volts directly on this since it's remote control. I know I've seen online where people just ran 12 volts straight, the 18 volts straight, and it made it faster, but I didn't want to burn anything in this car, so that's why I got the regulator. So I don't want to change up anything. So what I did was, I pulled the batteries out and I got these clip connectors that just goes directly in there. So I'm not cutting no wires or anything, I'm just adding to the system basically. So I'm gonna solder these on to the end of the output on this regulator right here. And I'm just gonna plug the wires up. Only thing is I'm gonna drill a hole right up in the front, because what I want to do is I want to be able to just shove in a battery whenever I need to, put in a battery or replace it, instead of taking the seat out and all of that stuff, because this seat is screwed in, as you can see right here. All right, so let's go do this. I bought this solder iron, even though I have a good station right there. I decided this one, because it's so small and tiny and convenient, I like it. So what I'm gonna do is, I hate just crimping things. I like to also solder it. So I'm gonna be soldering these directly to the leads. So now that that's finished, check them, they're pretty sturdy. Now, only thing I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to run longer wire from here all the way to the front. And then I'm gonna have to drill a hole right there so that this could go in and sit perfectly all there. By the way, this connector actually came with this part right here. And I'll post up how much I paid for it on Amazon. So I had a look underneath of the truck, and I noticed that the wires for the steering and also the lights, they came down neatly in a bundle under here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this piece apart, and then I have some wire here, and I'm gonna work backwards on this one. I'm gonna put the hole here, put this piece through, connect the wire, and then run it neatly back under here into the compartment where the battery and everything sits basically before. And let's see how that goes. Let me take this apart and then I'll continue videoing. So this is what it looks like after removing this piece. It's only 4 screws, and this is what it looks like. All right, now I'm gonna drill the hole and see if I can get this inside right up there, and then I'm gonna run the wires as neatly as I can back in this direction all the way down. So for drilling the hole, this is the tip I'm gonna be using. I don't know exactly how wide this is, but I'm just gonna wing it. I can't go wrong with this. All I'm gonna do is just stuck it down and put some glue to hold it basically. So if it's a little bit wider, I don't think it's gonna really matter. Running the wires is what I'm gonna be worried about. So let's find the middle of here. Let's go ahead and put a hole. Alright. See. A little bit bigger. Oh, it fell off right as I went through, basically. Okay. So I need it to come just a tad forward. Alright, and I got it to fit quite snugly. Whoa, inside of there. See, it's pretty sturdy. So now I'm going to proceed to do the connections, and then I'm just going to zip tie it to existing wires there so that they don't get loose, basically. Now this makes it really easy because all you gotta do is just shove the wire in there and close this down, and that's it. Normally what I like to do though, before I do any of that, I normally like to peel the wires back and put a little solder on the wire, so when it goes in there it's kind of locked in, so I'm just gonna tin the edges real quick before I do that. Okay, so I just tin the edges, the wires a little bit, and now I'm gonna hook them up into here, and it's just that simple. You just put them in, positive to positive, negative to negative, and just snap it in, and that's it. See, they're pretty tight, and that's it. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna zip tie them to the existing wires all the way down and into that compartment, and then I'm just gonna put all the covers back on. So got it set up, fished the wire through under here. That was a little tricky, and then I fished it back through this hole so it would end up here. All right, so now I'm just gonna button up this panel under here because I'm finished with this, basically. And this is what the finished product looks like. All right, so let's turn it back over and let's work on the connections in here. So for this, the output, I'm just gonna hook up the positive and the negative directly to where the battery would normally sit. Let's see if I can do that. There you go. Negative to negative, positive to positive. And this is what we're gonna hook up to these wires. And I'm only planning on just using some, let's see, some of these twister for just connecting these two together. And then later on what I'll do is I'll get some two-sided tape and mount this in once I verify everything works correctly, basically. Alright, so let's cut these wires to the exact size. And connect them. Alright, so positive, negative comes in, connected, pretty strong. And then positive, negative goes to here. So it's 12 volts, 10 amp, well, going to here basically. And what I like to do is I like to put a little bit of electrical tape on here on these ends so that, you know, just for extra added safety, basically. So let me get some electrical tape. And there you go. It's all hooked up. Let's go get a battery and see if this thing turns on. I have a bunch of these. All my tools, I try to get them the same. So, bam. Kind of looks cool. Alright. And it's up. Oh, so it's connecting. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. Okay. Okay, so I figured out what was going on. I have to wait until all three of these lights connect. And then see, works perfectly. You can hear it switching. So now I'm just gonna button everything back up. Truck works, everything works perfectly. All right, and that's how you convert it. There we go. All right, so long. It actually sounds way more powerful. Doesn't look that bad either. Look at the battery, how the battery sits. He's gonna love this now.